Good morning, everyone. It might be afternoon, it might be late night. I don't know where you are, but good all around. Let me take care of a little bit of business off the top. Trading in off exchange foreign currency transaction involves substantial risk of loss, may not be suitable for all investors. You should carefully consider whether trading in FOREX is suitable for you in light of your circumstance, knowledge, and financial resources. You may lose all or more than your initial investment. Opinions, market data, or trade discussion are subject to change at any time. Okay, guys, let's go. It's Friday. Our week is wrapping up just like that. We ran through the week. And we got to make it do what it do. Let's let's shift over to our charts just to get an idea. Oh, it's late in New York. Well, it's 10 o'clock. The hour's just gone by. 10 o'clock New York time now. Let's get our dates correct here. Today is Friday, May 29th, 2020. There was no red folders during the European section. Canada this morning has gross domestic products. Looked like it came in good. Canadian RMPI. Looks like that also came in good. Had a little negative on their PI here, monthly. And US, yeah, we had some more bad news. Wasn't heavy news, but it was a little bit of bad news. Fed Chairman Powell will be speaking at 11, so be careful. And President Trump is also speaking, so there's tentative, might be some fireworks in New York. Okay, let's see what's going on as far as our daily pip, who's taking the lead so far. On the daily, sitting at 92 pips, we have EN, Euro, New Zealand dollar. Sitting behind that seemed to be 79. GN, pound versus the New Zealand dollar. And after that, it's pretty low for today. Unless we get something in New York, we'll check our charts to see if anything come up in the New York session. I recommend, if anyone has an interest in trading, look into this trading view chart. They have a very nice chart, very nice setup. So I would definitely look into that if I were you. Give you a lot of information from your trading view chart. Ideas, you can mix your currency and your stock charts together. See a quick flip. Let's go to a chart we all know. Let's see what Apple's doing on the stock chart. That's Apple, when I do stock charts, I don't leave it on no 1 hour chart. When you do stock chart, I primarily leave it on the day chart. Let's, okay, see where Apple took a dive here, went into the extended sell-off. Apple climbed out, back into the containment zone here, rode pivot for a little while, then Apple took off again. Most investors don't know about this area here. They just ride it all the way out and just go. But a lot of the brokers on behalf, they will cut their position here and restart it in here someplace, but still charge their clients for this loss. Yep, but you don't know what you don't know, so you don't know that has been done. So once you see it goes back up, you're like, oh, okay, I'm back to my price. But in the meantime, the broker actually closed the trade in here and then restarted the trade, therefore taking all the profits that you lost in here and then resume. Sometimes it doesn't resume though, so it does backfire on them sometimes. It backfires a lot. But even if it backfired, they would have said, just blame this drop and said it was because of that drop. You wouldn't have known the difference if they didn't close the position. All right, let's shoot over to our MetaTrader. Let's start it from the top. Our docket up there, we'll start our MetaTrader from the top. We're gonna start at the pound. Okay, let's start on our weekly side. By now, you guys should get the gist of what's going on. If you were able to watch all the videos, you'll definitely have an idea what's going on. Here it is. Next week is already setting up. Here we are already setting up next week's pivot, so we know ahead of time, just like we knew before this week started, ahead of time, what are our targets and what our setups were going to be. All right, we talked about Monday being a sideways. We woke up on Tuesday blowing up, gave a little bit back on Wednesday, gained a little bit back by Thursday, gained a little bit more Friday, made a higher high. We attacked this R1 level here, and we're in our turnaround zone right now. So I would keep an eye on that through New York. Maybe you'll get lucky and get a turnaround there, but we'll have to check our daily to see what's going on the ground level and see what's over there. Okay, so that's what happened today so far. Now let's go over to the daily. All right, here we go. Pound on the daily. We're trading expansion compression at the beginning of the day. I don't have to even look at the wave PM chart yet. I can tell just by looking at my candles. We're sideways and back to our means. Compression leads back to our means. Compression leads back to our means. And that's what we had. We started compress. Oh, let's go on. We're gonna go to the 30 minutes. I'm sorry, guys. That was 15 minutes. Well, been doing our breakdown all week on the 30 minutes, so let's not start that right now. So okay, so here it was. We same thing. We sideways. We dropped down to the means. We long term had an expansion. Coming out of expansion, we dropped back below 7. We were trading above 7 on wave PM, dropped back below 7. Prices started compressing. Compression leads back to your means, and that's where we had our mean reverse trade right here. Now we're complete. Now we had short-term expansion. This created short-term expansion in your mean reverse trade. Touch the means. This would have been your entry right here. This would have been your re-entry into this position right here. Close candle here. Okay, so that's what's going on our daily. We took out yesterday's high right here. And remember, we talk about wicks. You see these wicks, guys? These wicks could be very profitable. Right here, 3 wicks in a row. 1, 2, 3 wicks in a row. Got your reverse. Hopefully you didn't try to get greedy. Go back to the means. You close your position right on that means. You're not even looking to take this. That price hit the means. You would have closed it on this candle right here. This candle if you absolutely had to, because it's a mean reverse trade. I'm not big on mean reverse trade, but they're people like them. People don't mind taking them, especially if they are in profits already. So that was our mean reverse on pound US, GU. Okay, moving on from GU, we'll head over to we'll get into Bitcoin next week. Sometimes I need to learn break down Bitcoin. We're gonna go over to EA, over to our weekly side, see how we made out for the week. All right, Monday was a little sideways. By Tuesday, we got rolling. Wednesday, we took out a few targets. We actually went down to S2, got to our midpoint on S2, got to S1, got to our midpoint in S1, failed at pivot. Look, we talked about the wick earlier in the week, went down a little bit, attempted to attack pivot again. We got a couple good wicks, and we're out again. At a pullback, we broke this midpoint level here, not quite got to our S1. Came back, broke up, broke another level, got back to pivot, pulled back from pivot, and went up. Here these wicks are again. Even though you see these big candles, you still got a nice payday on these wicks. We had a 50 pip drop on these wicks on EA. So that's where we are for the week so far. Next target is M3. We'll see what happened through the rest of New York, see where it goes. But we're just about where we started the week. We took a long road to get there, but we're just a few points up from where the week started. So that was your trade in action. You basically, if you was in this position and did nothing at the beginning of the week, let's say you took this trade, this sell, and didn't take any of your target because you wanted to get more than the 200 pips it gave, you're going for a 300 pip trade, you wouldn't have got it this week. But you would have let 200 pips get away from you. You could have got your 200 down and 200 back up, and multiple amount of pips in between. All right, let's go over to our daily side, see what's happening right now. Here we go, Euro Aussie. We went from one side of the containment zone to the other side of the containment zone, and you would have saw on the 1 hour why you got this bounce here. I'm going to get into that a little bit next week. So coming out of yesterday, we had a nice move across the containment zone and took out yesterday's high this early yesterday. I don't know what happened. It happened right around 5:30, 6 o'clock. So it went in right away. Pull back to the means. Wick, 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 wick. All these wicks right here, guys. Wick right there. Reverse back up. Wick, wick. All these wicks here. Reverse down. Back to the means. Went back up. Here's a wick right here. If I wasn't late, I could have entered this position. It's too far away from that wick. That's an entry right there, guys. There's an entry right here in real time. But I am about 15 minutes late or so. 15 minutes out of that. Okay, that's your Aussie. Put them back together so you can watch them at the same time. Here you go. EJ. Might have to skip over the pound yen because that one is really cooking right now. Pound yen is really breaking right now. Here we go. We're in the reversal zone. We're between our midpoint and our S2 completion target for the week. Let me go through this. S2 is our completed target for the week. S3 target is a major. This is the zone where it had an extension, major extension. So if we would have traded, if we started at pivot to trade up to R3 would have been over 400 pips. But generally, we had it pegged at S2. That's still over 250 pips on EJ. Okay, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday had a pullback, slight, resume, pullback, resume, pullback, resume, pullback, resume. Let's go over that price action on our short term. Okay, short term expansion, we moved up. Short term compression, we moved back. Short-term expansion, we moved up. Short-term compression, we moved back. Short-term expansion, we moved up. Short-term compression, we moved back. Short-term expansion, we moved up. Pretty simple. all while we were slowly expanding on long term. It's the first one that long term started having a pullback effect. Okay, let's go over to our daily on EJ. EJ, let me see. EJ just had a pullback. This is a late trade, but we're gonna take it. I'm gonna put a stop. Modify our stop. Okay. Put our stop here. We'll watch that, see how that climbs the rest of the day. Okay, we were compressing we were major short-term and long-term compression all day. Short-term started expansion here. The entry should have been here. This candle here. We had some sideways action. Sideways action created that compression. And the continuation of that trade right there. That trade was restarted on the middle of the wave right here. I'm a little bit late, but I'm gonna go for this one. Okay. That stop is way too much. I'm gonna put the stop right at the bottom of this. Should put it on the wick, but let me get a candle in first. We'll put it right there at the other wick. Goes down there. I don't want it anymore. So that's where we are on that spot. Come down there. I want to be out. So I'll leave that trade running. So let's move on to EN. If that one wicks, we will reverse it. We'll go over to our weekly side. Here we go. EJ short-term expansion created the down move. A hint that I didn't speak about all week, and I should have emphasized it a little bit more than I have. When you have a sell side bias, you should look for the short-term expansion to expand into your sell. That's what it means. This expansion should expand into your sell. And we have that bias because of where we are and where these pivot. This is our pivot. This is our midpoint, meaning these are our lower targets. So as this ticking up, we're looking to take out these lower target, and that's what it did. As it starts to compress, you've seen price pull back a little bit. As the expansion restarted, it reversed back up, then compressed again. Okay, today we missed today's short-term expansion, which was this. Expanded up to 0.9, and it looks to be sideways in right now. So we'll see where this ends up. I doubt we done claimed our target for the week. So I don't look for any action going down towards here. If anything, we'll probably end up closer between here and pivot. It's probably gonna play with for the rest of the day. Remember, it's Friday, so this is not the time to really push it or be looking into any of that. Let me bring up my trade so I can see I have a number of screens here, so I can see my trade on another screen. bring up the EJ on the other side so I can see it. Okay. All right, I can see my EJ trade over there. Okay. There were. Okay, let's go on our daily side. Our 30-minute compression, expansion, but not outside of long term. So here we are. We made that high early in the day yesterday, like I mentioned. Then we kind of just slowly trended up a little bit. Then we came inside of our extended buying area, back inside between our A and B area. And I called it A and B. It's like a grading system. A and B is your high buys, B is your secondaries. This is the more extreme, second extreme. We had a restart right in here. We touched the wave, wick on the wave, then returned up. Had a big wick here, price reversed. Another wick here, price looking to reverse. Keep an eye on that one, but this one you don't want to really mess with too much. I said it's already made its high, so you probably high here. Did this one break it? This one also break it. So it's got our marked high, kept making higher highs starting from this area here, this area here, this area here. It took a long road to do it, but it did. EN, I would be really careful with my EN trades right now. Moving on to Euro US. We'll small this up a little bit so we could catch our week. We started out on pivot on Monday, had a little bit of a breakdown, break back to pivot, kind of sideways a little bit, and finally we broke pivot. We broke through M3, had a little bit of pullback. You'll see right here as expansion, short-term expanding outside of long-term right here. First initial break outside of long term where we're over pivot. Would have been a nice trade there. Expansion above 0.10 as we started dipping below 0.10. We had a compression, short-term compression there. Then we had a restart. It was so fast to restart that you could have got caught in two ways, especially if you did this wick here. That's your wick reverse. If you didn't have your stop, at least in this area here, you could have gotten some big trouble there. Okay, that's what's going on our weekly. So euro dollar didn't have a good week. We had a low here, so euro dollar gave up about almost 273 points this week. We're getting wicks up here for those who's looking at reversal. We blew through our extended zone, our R2 zone up here. So we're between our midpoint and R2. So dollar took a real hit this week. Let's go over to our daily side, see what's going on. Okay, we had trade and expansion here, short-term expansion and long-term expansion here. Oh, that was yesterday. Sorry, we went through that yesterday. No need to do that today. Okay, today, complete compression. Nothing to really do. It stayed inside our zone, so we had a slow trend up. Our long-term was still above 0.9. It wasn't until it dropped here that you got your reversal when price dropped below that 0.9. So price could stay expanding for a long period of time, even though it's above 0.9. It doesn't have to, just because it's above 0.9 doesn't mean it's over. It's just telling you that, hey, listen, this is what's going on here. So this sideways above 0.9 for almost 15 hours. To see why you need patient hand and trading, 15 hours. So no matter what time I get on, the odds of me having a trade during that time is we don't know. Just don't know. That's why you go through your pairs and just see what's going on in the market, kind of get your head in there. We're not going to do ZAR, Pound Aussie. Go on our weekly side. This is a pair that would have been brutal this week. Anybody that traded the Pound Aussie, I'm not even going to spend that much time. I'm going to keep it real. This is just disastrous. I'm not. And this is a range trade. This range should have been marked right there, going back to Thursday, this Friday, Thursday, Wednesday. This range was set on Tuesday. This is the top of the range, and here's the bottom of the range. This was strictly range trading. So since it's on the buy side, so you was buying at the bottom of the ranges. So you'd have took it down with your targets, and they wicked a lot. You couldn't even play the wick game with this one. They were wicking a lot. You would have had to see your short-term wicks and see what's going on over there to really take advantage of it. Remember, guys, we're still in a trade. We will take a look in on that trade as soon as we're finished blasting through these. Wait. One second. Okay. All right. That's what it is. Going over to our daily side here. Range trading all the way. And I think I spoke about this yesterday. So we were attacking the top top band of the zone, falling back into containment, side to side, straight range trading. Could have got some nice pips if you played the range. All right, let's see if maybe it's set to break out of the range. Let's see something. Let's go to our daily chart. We are now it's not gonna do it. It's not gonna spend too much time. It's I don't know. That's tough one here. If you take the trade now, you put your stop. I'm not interested in this one, but right now your stop will probably be about at this wick, looking for the breakout. We're still inside the band technically. We're not outside the band yet, so we're not totally on our extreme side. So I'd be careful there. All right, we're gonna move on from pound Aussie. So that's what's going on that side. Pound CAD, we had a really nice trade on this yesterday. Really nice yesterday. Yesterday was a really nice trade. Let's go over to our weekly side. Okay, yesterday. Okay, yeah, we got in this area yesterday on this particular pair, and it did really well. We caught this trade. I think we caught it in here, and we closed it in this area someplace between 35 and 40 pips. Didn't let it ride. This was your short term telling you, oh, short term was ready here. Short term broke 0.5. Your entry candle, the very next candle, so you broke 0.5 on this candle. So this candle would have been your entry, and right here. Gosh, I should have hung around this one. It's your 0.5 candle, so your entry for the short here. Anyway, that up there, small this up so we can see a little bit more. This is I'm gonna pay a little bit more attention to this pair next week, and we'll see what happens over there. I'm gonna pay a little bit more attention to this next week. So anyway, let's go over to our daily side. As you can see, your entry candle right here, been up so far in this trade. Sideways. First, wait for this candle to close. Your entry here, right above the wave. Your early sell entry is your closed candle inside the containment zone, which is this one. You get into this candle, working it down to your means. On your reversal, that's what's going on pound CAD, GC. Let's move on to, we didn't do AJ. Over to our, watching golf at the same time. All right, here we go. Spread this out a little bit so we can see it. If you guys would have picked one pair and just watch it like the way I'm doing it, or find a pair that cycle through the pairs like I just did and see which is the pairs to watch, the guys would have been able to take advantage of this whole set. Okay, we had Monday a little bit of sideways up. We're above pivot, so you have a buy bias. Right here, 0.5. So this would have been your entry candle. Fortunately, it would have been a rough one. Here's your 0.5 candle, but you still got a nice move out of it, 130 pip on the short-term expansion here. Okay, that trade is moving along pretty well. We'll get back to it soon as we break this down. Short-term compression, you should be sitting on your hands here, sitting on your hands. This is your entry, 0.5 entry candle right here. This one was a little tricky because it gave you the 0.5, but it didn't give you the direction, because remember, this doesn't give direction. You have to get your direction other ways. If you see those wicks, you got to say to yourself, this could be a reversal point, and be able to take advantage of that. Okay, same thing, our 0.5 entry here. Oh, we did that one. So that 0.5 entry rated this trade here, and then we started compressing, reversing, and we started expansion for this candle here. This close here gives you your entry here and your 0.5 expansion. And notice it's the same trade. Sometimes they work out. That's where your money managements come into play. You have to respect your money management. Compressed again, and then we hit expansion here, expanded again, stopped here, reverse. There goes the trade. This is not a directional meter, it just gives you, let you know when you have enough energy, when to say this trade is running out of gas, or this trade needs to refuel. And usually when it goes closer to above 0.5, that's your entry area, but you have to get your directional bias correct and do your what ifs, because it's gonna take off. It's just you don't know the direction yet, but you will. EJ is moving pretty good. We have expansion on EJ still happening, so we're up in that trade right now. Let's move on so we can get over to EJ. Let's go to GN. Oh, we got expansion in GN too. Oof, another one we could have had. It's all good. We're going to be beating it up next week. Here we go. See the last couple weeks. All right. All right, let's do GN real quick. Monday sideways. We have a sell bias, pivots right here. Our first sell break, midpoint pivot, broke here on Tuesday. Tested it on Wednesday, broke back down to S1, our first S target. Bounce off our S target, retested over here, bounce back off, retested our S target, reverse, and that's what we're into for today so far. Okay, we got to do this really quick because we are in a trade. Wish we could have caught this one. If I would have did this one earlier, we probably could have caught this trade too, but we didn't. I'm gonna move my stop to break. Let me move my stop to break even on that ER trade. Let's move it to break even. Move this to break even. Oh, we were up bigger I didn't get to. It's all good. We're still on the move, so we're getting our expansion here. So we'll let her play out. Well, you know what? We'll keep the just inside of that. So our stop loss will be there. Okay, so we go back to GN. Okay, GN, we fell out of the containment zone here, had a complete containment zone reverse here. 0.5 was registered here. I don't know if direction was registered, but 0.5 was registered here. Direction down there. So that's our expansion. Let you guys, oh no, I don't have an account. Uh-oh, turning negative. Moving too fast. Okay, that's GJ. We are late for that trade. This trade entry is right here. You had a big wick right here. Trade entry sell. Right here. So either one of these candle entry would have been either this candle or this candle. This one, just watching that trade. That's why my head keep turning. This one is blowing up in front of us. Anytime on this trade would have been early enough. 50 something pips. Woo. 70 from here. Ooh. All right, that's the GN. Let's go over to gold. Gold will be our last one for the day, and we'll watch that GJ trade and we'll talk about it. Gold is on fire also. I don't know what news is driving that. Let's go over to our daily. Okay, gold. We're back to where we started on gold pretty much for the week. We started gold about here with just a few ticks beyond where we started, but this is the route we took. We started at our midpoint, hit S1 here, took out M1 target in our reversal zone, got our reversal wick that we spoke about earlier, went back up, took out all our levels going back up, and today we sideways to start. Now gold is trading. Patience pays off. If you had this patience right here, you would have been enjoying this trade right now. Gold's really swinging. Look at this. Oof. Nice. Nice move on gold. Talking about almost from here, we're looking at almost 800 pips. Oof. Gold is a beast. Okay, we'll go to our daily side and goal. Here's our daily side and goal. Here we go. Go sideways in our containment zone. As you can see, compression. Then gold finally hit above 0.5, which is here. Well, gives us our direction this time. Expansion started on goal right here. That's our expansion, and that's where we stopped and came back to here and recontinued. So that's what's going on in daily gold. So we'll run over to Euro Yen and watch that trade. So this is the trade I took earlier. I don't want to give it all back though. Trying to break out of the zone over here, so I'm keeping an eye on that and on this. So we'll see. Move that out of the way. I was late entering this position, but hopefully make a couple of dollars on it still. How much time is left? 6 minutes on this candle. We're keeping an eye. Both long and short term is on the move, so that is a good sign. Both short term, wave PM, and long term are both turning up, so that's usually a good sign. All right, I'm going to turn off the mics for a second just to do a quick errand. coming back on because I'm looking at my target, so I might have to close it. It's on the target there. We'll see what happens the next candle open. Come on, push. We got 2 minutes, 2 minutes on this push. Keeping an eye out, as you guys can see. We got our S target at 120. She's dropping back down. Ugh. All right, we'll keep watching it. I thought I was entering my close area, but we'll see. I might close it, I might not. Okay, no matter what happened, we're in at break even. So that's where our stop is. If it eclipses our stop, then we're out of the trade. Was a little late on the trade. I was up about 20 pips, but it never got to the target yet. Let's see if it takes a break and take a run at that target again. All right. Let's go back to this trade. Pound yen trade. Let's explain it. We got into this trade at this spot here, where I was watching on the 1 hour for it to go up to S1. I didn't take profit at 21 pips, but I did draw it to break even. It was able to come down and take me out at the break even level, and I ended up losing very little on the trade, just the commission. I didn't lose any pips, but I wanted a little bit more out of it than it gave. A little bit more out of it than it gave. That's our world. That's what happens. Like I said, it is Friday. We're not going to follow the normal runs of the room. But, you know, it was a great week this week and was able to close in the profits big time this week. So to God be the glory. We're going to shut it down. It's Friday. There's no need in running the stream any longer than this. Have a great weekend, guys, and I'll see you on Monday.